Philadelphia. We've got Wallace. Edgecombe is out there with John Morant. Then it's Herbert Jones. And it's Adams in at the center, filling out the middle.
Here we go.
So Philadelphia will get the first possession. Wallace down low, guarded by Harris. Wallace misses. And you talk about size, coach, strength, and bounce. Jalen Duren drawing comparisons now to a young Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he certainly is, Kevin. And look, I like to be careful when we're making those kind of comparisons with a young player and a Hall of Famer like Dwight Howard. But there are similarities with the athleticism and the relentless approach to defensive rebounding.
And how about the raw athleticism of Edgecombe? He gets to the rim with ease.
Harris outside. And about a minute gone. In the first quarter, Cunningham's shot is off. And so it's Jones. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Personal foul.
So much great work being done by players in this league, Coach. Herb Jones, for instance, doing a lot to help with financial literacy.
Yeah, I think sometimes, Kevin, what these guys do off the court is overlooked by people, especially maybe that are outside of the community that guy plays in at the time. But there's a lot of guys like Herb Jones who really take the time and make the effort to help people in their communities.
Ivy with the bucket.
And if Ivy can hit that shot with consistency, it really makes him a tough cover.
Morant against Cunningham. It's hauled in by Harris. And here's Ivy. Pass to Cunningham. Here's Ivy. Harris outside. It's tipped. Morant with it. Now defended by Cunningham. Jacks up a 3. That's a miss. His second after 2 shots. Thompson, high post. Adams on him. And Thompson kicks to Cunningham. Misses the 3. Cunningham's long. 4-3 shooting so far. Wallace looking for an opening. Pass to Jones. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Cunningham outside. Inside. Here's and Duren slams it in.
That is what they want from Duren. Spike it, young fella.
Here's Edgecombe. Good. Nice assist from Morant. Edgecombe's got 5 points so far.
Shooting while in rhythm. You like to see that aggressive approach.
Cunningham passes to Thompson. Morant against Cunningham. 6 to shoot. Trouble Morant. No good off the front iron. Cunningham's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Baseline jumper. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Well, the defense is going to give Morant that shot. They're trying as hard as they can to defend the rim. That opens up the mid-range jumper.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Changes for Philadelphia. John Collins, he's checked in for Adams. Tobias Harris comes in for Wallace. And Maxey subbed in for Morant. And then for Detroit, Robinson's checked in for Thompson. And Marcus Sasser subbed in for Ivy. Harris against Harris. To the inside. It's good.
High percentage if you can find a window. Great job.
Tobias Harris.
There's a minute left in the first. Maxey looking it over. Over Sasser. Robinson pulls it in. Jones against Cunningham. Sets the screen for Cunningham. Offline with his third.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this game.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots. Better selection. You have to be set up for success.
Philadelphia is shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And he can't get the first one.
Well, Collins is an exceptional athlete with a lot of skill offensively, but I'd like to see more out of him on the defensive end. I think that could bring his game to another level.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. All Reed's checked in for Green. Stewart comes in for Harris. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Cunningham. From deep three-point land, another miss by Philadelphia. LeVert from outside, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. At the end of one quarter of play, still a close game. The Pistons on top, they lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from Detroit?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, but it's hard to keep that kind of intensity for the entire game. But if they can come close to that, they'll be in a great spot.
Harris is out there with John Collins. Then there's Dragic. Then there's Tyrese Maxey. And it's Jones in the small forward. That's That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. He's checked in for Collins. Peters comes in for Maxey. And it's John Morant in for Goran Dragic. Morant looking around. Rebounded by the Pistons. In recent seasons, availability has been a problem for John Morant. Greg, dig into that a little bit.
From a league suspension to multiple injuries, Morant has missed a significant amount of time. We know when he's on the court, he's a game changer.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Thompson, he's checked in for Reed. Kate Cunningham comes in for Duncan Robinson. And Ivy sub in for LeVert. And so the timeout by Will Hardy here. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Here's Philadelphia. They trail by one. Morant kicks to Harris. In the corner, Wallace with it. Harris passes to Wallace. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Now, here's Morant for three. No basket with that shot. Having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5. Now, here's Cunningham. He's guarded closely. Free throw line jump shot. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this hole spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots in the flow of the offense.
Amazing how many different guys can throw it down in this league.
Philadelphia trails by 3. Harris outside. And he tries in. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Passer with it. Pass to Ivy. From past the arc. Hits it from three-point range. Sasser's got the lead up to 6 now for Detroit.
Well, that one's on the defense. Gave him a little too much of a window there.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Now, Fears. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Harris. Philadelphia needs to get a shot off. And it's Morant missing. Detroit leading by 6. Now, here's Stewart. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, hauling in that board, Thompson giving his guys second chance opportunities.
And the basket by Harris.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's ready to talk things through with them. He's checked in for Philadelphia. Duran, he's checked in for the Pistons. Harris comes in for Marcus Sasser. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Harris kicks to Cunningham. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Cunningham's got 5 now.
Well, you try to stay connected to Cunningham, but he finds a way.
Pass to Field. Looking for Wallace. He gets it there. Shoots over Duren. Wallace misses. Pistons leading by 9. Cunningham outside. And the call will be against Harris. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Pass to Duren. Here's Cunningham. Nice move. And Cunningham with the slam.
Look at him get up. Cade has some hops now.
Philadelphia with the ball. 11-point game. Here's Field. Can't hit the free throw line jumper. And it's Detroit's ball. Here's Thompson. Rebound by Wallace. And out of bounds. The Pistons will take the ball.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Now the Pistons with it. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. The kick out to Cunningham. From outside, off the mark. So it's Philadelphia now. They trail by 11. With 3, Harris. Maxey on the wing. Tries again. Kicks it out to Jones. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kept alive. They shoot again. Pearson's shot is off. Thompson surveying the floor. Down low. Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly match that.
And so is Detroit, looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll return.
You know what time it is. It's time for your fan half-court shots. Please direct your attention to center court. Drumline. And thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Pistons leading by 13. Tipping off the second half. Here's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5. At the guard spots, we'll see Cunningham and Ivey. The forwards are Thompson and Harris. And it's Duren in at the 5 spot. Cunningham's gone just 3 of 10 shooting from the field. Crosses over. Morant pulls his way inside.
And this is what's so special about Morant's game. His mobility and his explosiveness.
Cunningham against Morant. Now, here's Cunningham. Defense is right there. The shot by Ivey, no good. Philadelphia trails by 11. Morant passes to Jones. They get the rebound. Moves back up. And there's the nice layup by Adams.
You have to put a body on Adams. He's too good of an offensive rebounder to not pay attention.
Timeout.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be something to adjust.
Make some noise.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. With 3, Harris. It's rebounded by Edgecombe. Pass to Adams. Now, here's Morant for 3. Good on the triple. Morant's got 7 points.
Well, when the 3 is falling from Morant, it's a bad sign for the defense.
And Thompson kicks to Cunningham. From deep. Ivey with the bucket. Ivey's got his second basket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Surprising confidence there from Morant.
Morant against Cunningham. Here's Harris. The rebound by Steven Adams. Adams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Offensive rebound. Here's Wallace. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. And now it's just a 4-point Piston lead.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Yeah, taking away the lead is never easy. But a rally like this is how you do it.
To the middle. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Collins checked in for Wallace. And a switcher also for Detroit. Marcus Sasser's checked in for Cade Cunningham. Philadelphia with the ball. They're on a 12-3 run. Here's Morant. In the center of things, Morant.
Well, this kind of performance from Morant doesn't surprise anyone. He can score with the best of them.
Duren finds Harris. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Detroit, no good that time either. And Collins has got the ball here. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
Well, that's Morant, always applying the pressure.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Sasser. And it's John Collins with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Over to the wing. For the lead. And the 3-ball is good. And now it's a 3-point Philadelphia lead.
Well, when you're not right up on Collins, he senses that, and he can make you pay off the catch.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Comes in for Edgecombe. And then for Detroit, Stewart's checked in for Harris. Robinson comes in for Thompson. And Karis LeVert subbed in for Jaden Ivey. Pass to Stewart. To stop the run. Sasser can't hit. Philadelphia leading by 3. Jones. Yep, that one goes.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. For the Pistons, all reads checked in for Jalen Duren, and it's Cunningham in for LeVert. How about this one fight we're on right now? Wow.
I mean, they're just getting to their spots and executing, really keeping things simple. Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
Well, sometimes you just make shots, but they've certainly come out on a tear here in the third quarter.
And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
And it's in there. And it's a 10-point Philadelphia lead.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little bit.
John Moran has been leading the charge, guys, for Philadelphia. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Slice for the wide open with his speed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. They got Beard. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Wallace. Then there's Dragic. And it's Edgecombe in the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
What I love about Stewart, he never backs down. Plays the game with passion that you rarely see.
Here's Dragic. The teardrop falls in. Dragic has got the lead up to 12 now for Philadelphia.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Cunningham right side. Looking to get it going. Over Beard. And he drops it in from the low post. And it's 9 points for Cade Cunningham. Edgecombe with it. Robinson on him. Edgecombe no good. Detroit trails by 10. Robinson kicks to Cunningham. To Sasser. Shot clock at 6. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Buries the long-range jumper. Robinson's got it back down to within single digits for the Pistons. Outside Dragic. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Dragic has got 12 points here in the second half. Cunningham outside. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Robinson for 3. That's off.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Stewart. Detroit trails by 10. Cunningham. Leads it in off the window.
Yeah, and that's a confidence builder for Cunningham. Good to see him getting it done inside.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle him up right away. Adams is checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Jones comes in for Beard. And it's John Morant in for Goran Dragic. And a different look here for the Pistons. Durant, he's checked in for Reed. Tobias Harris comes in for Isaiah Stewart. Thompson, he's checked in for Duncan Robinson. And Ivy subbed in for Marcus Sasser.
First team foul. At the line for Philadelphia.
And what you love about him is he's a team-first guy, willing to do whatever it takes to win.
Outside Harris. Thompson. Off target from outside.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Yep, that's the man. No win.
And this is where Adams has the biggest impact. The closer to the basket, the more effective he is.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Cunningham inside. Guarded by Morant.
night for Cunningham. This is why he went first overall. Cade can take over a game.
Morant.
Well, this is what the fans want to see. Morant showing off all of his superb athleticism.
Timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Morant against Cunningham. 1:30 left here in the fourth quarter. And it's Jones with the ball for Philadelphia. Morant fires, and Harris will pull it down. Detroit trails by 13. Now Cunningham. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
How much power from Jalen Duren. Good.
Here's Philadelphia. Jones tries it. What a finish.
You're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Thompson, and Jones sends it back.
Is there any better feeling than stuffing a shot near the hoop?
Got it to go.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Oh, off the glass.
And just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
That one misses. That's good from Moss on the assist by Morant. And Philadelphia leads by 19.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam kept it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily, and the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Along with Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for joining us for this one on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Ja Morant.
First I make no sense, pop up for a minute, eyes up on my whip, lenses and BMs, first I make no sense, falling, then fall back too close, you ain't even know me, trust my brothers from way back from the north, Misty and New York, spending like they owe me. Time and this is V's, it's the top of the shelf. It's that stretch to get at me, and it's closer to the chest when your pocket's too deep. Who's on the Mopeds, lights don't make no sense, pop up for a minute, eyes up on my whip, don't make no sense. Too close, you ain't even know me. Trust my what is from.